YouTube? It's me, Alex, so we're here for a trailer reaction. So we're going to be watching the official teaser trailer for The Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping movie adaptation of the book that came out this year. So when it comes to The Hunger Games, and I'm pretty sure I said this in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes reaction. Did I react to that? I'm pretty sure I did. But I do not particularly like The Hunger Games. I think they're good. I read the books not too long ago, and I think they're good, but I just don't like it. The first movie is good. The second movie is great. Part 1 and 2 of Mockingjay is not good. I actually watched them recently, and they're the first part 1 is so boring, and we definitely know that they split it up into 2 parts because Harry Potter did it, and then Twilight did it. Mockingjay did not need to be 2 parts. That was actually crazy. And then Allegiant, like Divergent series, tried to do it too, and they didn't even get a second part. But it's actually crazy. It's not crazy that Suzanne Collins is writing these prequel books and then they're getting movies so fast. But I'm not surprised because compared to the ballad, Sunrise on the Reaping features Haymitch, who is a fan favorite character. Like, even when I was reading the books, well, when I watched the movies for the first time, I liked Haymitch. When I read the books for the first time, I liked Haymitch still. So I'm not surprised that his book is like, people are excited for it. It's popular, that they immediately turn around and start, for a movie. I remember I worked at the public library and the holds list for people trying to get this book was long, especially compared to the ballad. Like, the ballad, we ordered so many copies of that book and it was not nearly as popular as Sunrise on the Reaping, which is not surprising because, like I said, this book features Haymitch, whereas the ballad was about President Snow. Insight into him, but who cares, right? So they were doing really cool things with announcing the casting on TikTok and their social medias. It was really cool how they were doing it. And so now we have a trailer, a teaser trailer, but it is 2 minutes long. So that's pretty exciting. I felt like this book, I liked it, but as I thought about it more, as I wrote my review for it on my blog, I liked it a little less than I did when I initially finished the first time. I think it's still a good book, but I really wish that the book focused more on Haymitch's time after the games, more so than everything prior and then during the games. It pretty much had the same formula as the Hunger Games book itself, and I kind of felt like that because we already had that twice with Katniss, that this was an opportunity to kind of showcase more of like what caused Haymitch to really spiral into what he is when we meet him in the Hunger Games original trilogy. I feel like that would have been more interesting, especially considering the fact that when we do get parts of his story after the games, I was way more intrigued in that. Don't get me wrong, the Hunger Games part of it itself is crazy. There are so many crazy things that happen in the games itself. Like, the deaths are insane. I do like Maisie. If it was written the way that I wanted to, then I wouldn't have met Maisie. So I kind of like, it's kind of like, because I really love Maisie's character. So it's kind of a, I guess you lose one thing, you gain one thing kind of situation. But I just wish that the books would kind of more focus on his time after the games more so than the setup and the games itself. Because again, it felt like a rehash of the Hunger Games just with Haymitch plopped in there instead of Katniss. There was stuff about that I didn't really like, but I like the book overall. I like Haymitch as a character. I don't know, like, I'm very curious to see like how if the movie changes anything, if they choose different directions with certain things they do, because them deaths are crazy in the books, and so I'm curious to see if they do them the same in the movie. And if they do them the same in the movie, I am going to lose my mind. Like, Amper and Welly, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my gosh. So with all that said, we're gonna watch this teaser trailer right now and see what we see. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that was a little bit more like Glenn Close right there. I saw a picture of her before and it did not look like her to me, but right there I can see it.
Panem, to the glorious reaping of District 12.
Ugh, it's so, she's such a, like, she just does the craziest things to not be recognizable.
Twice the number of tributes.
Evil. This is a huge arena.
Twice the glory.
Amber! Oh my god!
It's time for the second Quarter Quell.
Handsome. Maisie! Oh, right, he's, what's his name? Wedge? No, that's not his name. I forget.
Let the 50th Hunger Games begin!
Jeez. Oh, I'm gonna lose it! Oh, that looks good.
I think these games are going to be different.
The drama. I'm not gonna lie, I do have to say that I overall am more interested in this movie than the others. I just, like I said, I don't really like the Hunger Games itself. I think it's well written, I think it's good. I just don't. But I feel excited for this. I do. I feel excited for this. Let's look at it again. Okay.
To the glorious reaping of District 12.
So like I said, I know this is Glenn Close, but I don't see Glenn Close, which is crazy. Like, when they were wheeling her out, I saw Glenn Close, but while she's talking, I do not see Glenn Close. Like, it's reminding me of when she was in Hook and she plays the pirate, like one of the pirates, and you would never know that was her. Like, you would never know. I think she just did it just because she wanted. It was just because she wanted to be in the movie. It didn't really matter what part she played. So that's hilarious. Like, it's wow. Like, this arena is huge.
Twice the number of tributes. Twice the glory.
So this is Ampert. This is Beatty's son. Beatty was Jeffrey Wright in the original trilogy movies, and Beatty is played by Kelvin Harrison Jr. in this, which I think is good casting. And then this is his son. He's 12. Like, he's 12. This is our Haymitch. I will say, after reading the books, and then especially reading Ballad and all things like that, I am irritated at the fact that they casted Woody Harrelson and made him blonde, because obviously young Haymitch now is blonde. And I do, after reading all the books, I do see that there is a connection between the way that President Snow interact with, like, Katniss and then Haymitch in this book, and then with Lucy Gray, with all of them being dark-haired, seem and kind of like ambiguously brown people, and for Haymitch to be blonde. And so I feel like it kind of disrupts a lot of that flow that the books have. And so when I was reading the book, that kind of really annoyed me. But I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do to change it, because I think Woody Harrelson was a good cast for Haymitch. I mean, Woody Harrelson is great, but he had great chemistry with Jennifer Lawrence, and he didn't interact, I feel like, with Peeta as much, but he does have good chemistry with Josh Hutcherson, and of course with Elizabeth Banks as Effie. So it all worked out in the long run. But there is a part of me in the back of my head that is irritated at the fact that Haymitch is blonde, because it just really disrupts Lucy Gray, Haymitch, Katniss, how they all have similar looks. And that is a lot of the reason, I think, why Snow is so like with these particular victors, you know, like especially with Haymitch and Katniss, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of something that's annoying to me. But with that said, this actor, I mean, he's cute. I love his little curls, you know, like, I love a curly haired guy, and I love that they let him keep his curls, because he does kind of lose them as he gets a little older. And it's going to be interesting to see how he plays the highs and lows of Haymitch's story throughout this movie. So I'm interested to see that. He's new to me. I haven't seen him in anything, and I think this is like a really big role for him. This could potentially propel him into being in more things. So I hope that he's good. I hope that I like his version of Haymitch in this movie. This is Macy Lee, and she is being played by McKenna Grace. And just that's the other thing too, is that the stark difference between Macy Lee and Haymitch is like supposed to be it's like a big deal, and it's not anymore. It's not. And then okay, it's fine. It's fine. I think that's some other girl. I wonder, I think they show Lulu. I think she has 2 pigtails. Maybe I already passed. I'm gonna have to give it a second. That is the other boy, I think, from District 12. I do not remember his name is. I keep wanting to say it's Wedge, but it's probably not. But yeah, this actor was most recently in the Karate Kid Legends movie, and he also was in The Long Walk. That movie's called, right? Yes. Gosh, I just like, my brain is just like just forgetting everything right now. Yeah, so there's Haymitch and Lulu, and I feel like I remember this patch of flowers here. So, but that's Lulu. Oh, look, she's in the 4. Oh, y'all. Yeah, I was noticing the people in the numbers, but I missed her the first time. There they are. They just look the same, and they're supposed to look different. Okay, I just make sure I didn't miss something in the 3, but it was just this. I'm gonna have to go back to look at the numbers again, just to make sure. Nothing in a 10. 8 is Haymitch and his girl, what's her name? Lenora. I don't remember her name. Her second name is, because most of the Covey always have two names. I don't remember what hers is, but I know it's Lenora. That is Macy Lee's charm that she wears around her neck. Oh, I see. That's why that's there. Okay. Try to make sure I don't say anything that's a spoiler for those who haven't read the books. This poncho thing he's wearing is crazy. I know that people were like, oh, that Keith Sutherland was right there. And it's like, yeah, he looks like his dad, but it doesn't mean he can act like his dad. I'm just saying. I think Ralph Fiennes is a good choice. I think Ralph Fiennes will be great. And I cannot wait to see his interactions with Haymitch, because those should be very interesting, especially in like certain parts of the book, like in the library scene, like in Plutarch's house, things like that should be very interesting. He's so little. This is Plutarch, played by Jesse Plemons. He's a great actor. I think he'll be great. But I did think he was too old when he was cast. Lenora, what is her name? Lenora Dove? That's what it is? That's the flint striker she gives him. You know, a little bird and a snake. So, you know, the motif that we've always had. I think her name was Lenora Dove. I think that's her name. That's his brother that we see at the beginning of the movie. Joseph Zada. That's his name. Joseph Zada. You better kill it, Joseph Zada. That's good casting, because wow. And him using the flint striker with Lulu. And then this is Elle Fanning as Effie, which I know she was a huge fan cast for a really long time. So I think it's kind of great when fan casts, like very popular fan casts, make it into the actual movie. Sometimes when people fan cast, I'm like, you guys have terrible options. These are terrible options. But I do think that Elle Fanning will be good. I think she looks great here. And then we got our besties, Macy Lee. They were so good. Macy Lee is my girl. She is my girl. There are so many tributes in this book because it's a Quarter Quell, so there's double tribute. There are a few whose names you see a lot, but I don't remember like all of them, like except for a few important characters. Like as I keep saying, I don't even remember the other boy from District 12's name, to be honest. But they keep showing her, so I wonder if this is Welly. But I feel like if she is, she's a little too old. And this is that boy from District 1. He has like a stupid name. It's like something with a P. My brain keeps wanting to say like parsnip or parsimon, but that's not right. It's like something like a color or an action or something or whatever. I'm not gonna look it up. I'll put it in here once I look it up. But I feel like it's like Providence, something with the P. Prosper. No, that's not it. That's too nice. I don't know, but he's District 1's boy, I think. Ooh, see, I thought y'all was slick. I saw it though. Oh, I wonder if this is Burdock Everdeen and then Astrid, Katniss's mom. So Burdock and Astrid, because we learned in the story that Haymitch and Burdock were friends.
I think these games are going to be different.
So, like I said, I actually am interested in this movie more so than I have been in any of the other ones because I like Haymitch. I can't say it enough. With that said, let me know your thoughts on this teaser trailer in the comments below. Let me know what other Hunger Games character that you would like to see a book focus on, and then obviously a movie that comes later. I think a lot of fans want to see Finnick's story, but at the same time, I think they're all traumatic, but I think Finnick's story is particularly traumatic, and so part of me wants the book, but the other part of me does not want that book because I just know it's going to be just like a crazy story to read. But I feel like that would be the next natural progression, would be Finnick's story. I feel like a lot of the other characters may not lend themselves as well to that unless we go back and visit another Hunger Games that is unrelated to Lucy Gray and Katniss and all of them. So I'll be interested to see what happens next. So let me know in the comments what other book character that you'd like to see a new book on. Let me know which Hunger Games movie is your favorite out of the out of the 5 that we have, because I forget Mockingjays 2-part. And let me know your favorite character and what your thoughts are on this teaser. So thanks so much for watching this video with me. Be sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell to get notifications when I post my videos, and as always, I will catch you in the next video. Bye.